First of all, there's no tomorrow. It has to be today. It has to be now. You need to warm up. You need to hydrate yourself. Very important before you get into any kind of strength training. I've injured myself in the past when I was younger. I am very serious about my diet and my workouts.
I had some questions on fitness routine or regimen.
Right.
Specifically strength training. Because a lot of times, strength training is an important part of fitness routine, but a lot of times that's ignored. We give importance to cardio, but this aspect is ignored. And personally, I'll tell you my story. I've tried strength training a few times, and I start very gently. But I end up either spraining my neck, my back, and it's just very hard. And I think the part of the reason is because my ligaments are tight, my muscles are weak, and that's a very common problem that I see with my patients, friends, family.
Right.
Any advice or any suggestions?
One advice is that strength training is important, and we cannot be condescending towards strength training.
Yes.
But at the same time, I think, like when I work out, there's a mix of cardio, strength, and functional that I do. I do a lot of TRX. There's a host of exercises I do. I do Pilates. I do a lot of cardio. I do Stairmasters. There's everything that I do. But strength training is a very important part. And usually most of us get injured when we do strength training.
Exactly.
Because we don't warm up. You need to warm up, you need to hydrate yourself, very important before you get into any kind of strength training.
Okay.
And it's not about lifting weights. It's not about how much weight you lift, it's about how you lift it. So form is very important.
Okay.
So my only advice to people who are starting off is take expert advice.
Okay.
Don't rush into doing things yourself.
Okay.
And I
do
speak
it gradually.
from experience. Yeah. Okay. I've injured myself in the past when I was younger. I, got into strength training and I had a tennis elbow and, I still have tendinitis. And I do a lot of action in my films. So, and I'm very disciplined and I still sometimes, you cannot avoid injury because I'm falling from places. And I'm falling from 20 feet above, I'm hitting the ground, etc. So I think when you train yourself, you avoid injury. It's preventative, you can help yourself by really building your muscles, strengthening your ligaments, strengthening your muscle fibers around your ligaments, around your bones, because these things keep you going.
So, I read this funny line somewhere, John. Hardest lift of all is lifting your butt off the couch.
Yeah.
And that is so true, because that's the hardest part, getting over that initial inertia.
Yeah.
And I go through that a lot of times myself. I'll do it from tomorrow syndrome. And I've heard you say that discipline begins in your mind.
Right.
How do you train your mind, or how do you train your brain?
Well, I think first of all, there's no tomorrow. It has to be today. And it has to be now. And you have to push yourself because this is what I tell a lot of people. They say, we want to go to gym, we want to get on to these different kind of diets. We're going to start that on Monday and Tuesday. And I said, you know what? You're going to plan that way. It's never going to happen. You've got to start it right now, this very minute.
Yes.
And just to give you an idea, Preeti, my favorite mithai is that, and I'm sure you're reaching out to a large audience here, and they resonate with this. I love the Kaju Katri Barfi.
Yes.
I love it.
That's
it's my favorite. It's my favorite mithai. I had it 25 years ago. So I've had an aerated drink 21 years ago, 22 years ago.
Oh my God.
The point I'm trying to make is that if you are not disciplined and if you do not lead a healthy lifestyle, you're not going to get anywhere. So I think you need to lift your butt off the couch. You need to get your brains jogging and you need to start moving.
But what motivates you to do that? Do you ever feel lazy?
I'll tell you very honestly, I don't want to be dependent on someone when I'm old. I want to be fit. My development head who works here with me, she just became a mother. And I held a kid in my hand. And she said, what a beautiful photograph, And I said, I was just thinking, and I was looking at this kid and saying, I'm going to be fitter than you in the next 20 years. So I drive myself to be fit all the time. And by fit, and I want to say this on record,
Yeah.
I don't mean a six-pack. There's a difference between being fit and being healthy. I want
Yes.
to be healthy. I don't necessarily just want to have a six-pack, something that's external,
Yes.
and keep falling sick.
byproduct.
Yeah, it's a byproduct. The idea is that lead a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
I don't drink. I don't touch alcohol in my life.
Okay.
I don't smoke.
Uh-huh.
I've never done drugs in my life. I don't even encourage myself to go to a place where I would even think remotely that someone would be doing it. I avoid situations and places like that and people like that. And I've often been accused of being very regimental in my lifestyle because I sleep at 9:30. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning.
I was going to ask you that. Yeah.
Yeah, and people say that, I mean, it's boring.
It's boring.
You know, just come on, change your lifestyle. And I said, and I only tell them, I say, listen, the time I wake up is when you guys come home. You know, there's a lot more productive stuff I do in the morning whilst you guys are sleeping.
Hundreds of years ago, a father of medicine, Hippocrates, quoted, "Let food be thy medicine."
Yeah.
But that's long forgotten.
Yeah.
And especially this Asian time, it's just quite the opposite, right? Fast food age, fast food culture.
Yeah.
And most of the food that we put in our mouth, they are so pro-inflammatories.
Yeah.
It's no surprise that there is this epidemic of diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, obesity, and not just that, but also mental illnesses like anxiety, depression.
Yeah, absolutely.
With your kind of routine, your kind of schedule, just running around, traveling, you still sounds like you still manage to eat healthy.
Yeah, I follow a very strict diet.
Right, and I read in one of your interviews that you've not had a single cheat day in years.
I don't cheat, yeah. And I think my trainer forces me to cheat, but I don't.
That's just amazing. We wait for our trainers to tell us to have a cheat day. And so how do you manage that, and how hard or how easy do you think it is to eat healthy?
It depends on how important it is in your life. let me put it very simply. If you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend somewhere, and if you were in a relationship somewhere else, and if you had to see this other person, you'd do anything to get there and do that. Treat your exercise and your diet like that boyfriend and that girlfriend that you really want.
Priority.
Unfortunately, that's the only example I can give because people resonate with that, and that's what society is about. But for me, I treat health like a matter of life and death, which is why I am very serious about my diet and my workouts.
Right.
So I get depression too when I see fast food.
Yeah.
I get depression when I see other people eating fast food.
Right.
It's very easy to say, hey, work out, get big biceps,
Right.
But what are you really consuming? Are you taking shortcuts? Are you taking steroids?
Right.
Are you taking synthetic protein?
Right.
Are you consuming beef and pork and meat? What are you really consuming? What's really going into your system? Are you consuming packaged foods? I believe,
processed food?
Absolutely, processed food. I believe sugar is the biggest poison. I think if sugar was introduced in the world today, it would be a banned substance. But this world is run by
thriving
the
on
sugar
sugar.
lobby.
It's thriving on sugar.
Yeah. So unfortunately, when you see something being sold, I know that person's a murderer. But he's a corporate murderer. He's a white-collar murderer. And you can't do much about it because there are millions and billions of dollars.
It's a billion-dollar industry.
Exactly. And then what kills me is seeing these parents taking their kids into these sweet stores and chocolate stores and pumping their kids with sugar.
Yeah.
So now that's the extremist in me talking.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But I do believe that you can lead a healthy lifestyle and still enjoy your food.
Right.
And we've forgotten how to do that.
Yes.
We've completely forgotten how to do that because it's become a matter of convenience now today in life.
Exactly.
And I think we've got to change our mindset for that. You've got to live very basic. You've got to live frugal. For example, I come from a middle class family, So my thought is always middle class. So I won't think of eating a pizza, but I think of having a bajra jawar nachni roti, for example, because it's great dietary fiber.
Yeah.
It breaks down easily.
Yeah.
And it's freaking healthy.
And vitamins, minerals, iron.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah.
Now people think there's some magic potion that goes into John Abraham's body to make it special. But yes, that magic potion
is the magic potion.
Consistency.
Yeah.
You have to be consistent with your diet. And let me tell you, it's like a tripod stand.
Yeah.
Good food, good exercise, and good sleep.
Absolutely.
Without one, you
exactly.
fall.
Exactly.
So you need to have a great diet, which is I think is 70% of the battle won.
Right.
Another 20% is your workouts. Another 10% is your sleep. But I'd honestly give all very equal weightage.
Exactly.
What I'm trying to say is food's very, very, very important.
Right.
And my food is very basic, frugal, and I enjoy it. But I eat right, I eat a lot, and I consume twice the amount of protein in my body in ratio to my body weight in kilograms. So I weigh in at about 95 kilos. So I consume about 190 to 200 grams of protein a day.
Proteins. Okay.
That's a lot of protein to consume.
That is a lot of protein.
Because I work out like a beast. I mean, I kill it on my workouts, you know. So it's important to maintain that.
But so, would you say most of your protein comes from natural food, or do you take protein shakes or things like that?
So I do take protein shakes, and because I can't, like there was a time I used to have 50 egg whites and 60 egg whites a day.
Really?
Yeah. So now I have about, and some amount of yolk is good. It's got great iron, and now the studies.
It has a lot of
Yeah. So I consume about 10 to 15 egg whites and maybe 2 yolks a day.
Okay.
I have about 180 grams of fish.
Okay.
I'm a pescatarian, but predominantly vegetarian.
Okay.
I consume a lot of tofu.
Okay. That's rich in
skimmed
protein.
paneer.
Okay.
And I consume a lot of lentils, moong, sprouted moong, etc. And I do take protein, and I'm very protein hungry. I look for the best protein in the market. I also endorse a protein brand, so I understand what it's about. And whether it's hydrolyzed, whether it's I kind of go through the processes of picking up something that's not really harmful to your body. But I wouldn't consume protein if I wasn't working out. And it's simple. This is your palm. Half of your palm should be protein. The other half you break up into 2 quadrants. One should be your carbohydrates, preferably complex, and EFAs, essential fatty acids.
Right.
So I kind of draw my balance. I have avocados, I have complex carbs, I have oatmeal, brown rice. It's not like I don't eat. I eat like a normal human being.
That sounds like, a very healthy diet.
Yeah, very healthy. Don't cheat.
Yeah.
And I don't like people who cheat, and I don't.
Okay.
I don't. And people ask me what their diet should be, and I tell them, if you ask me, then you have to be accountable to me. And if you cheat, then don't ever call me back again. So they're like, oh, we're going to ask you now.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah. So I think it's about being mentally very tough.
Yeah.
And, I am very tough on people. Very tough on people.
I can see that.
Yeah,
you would be a tough trainer.
I'll be nice in training, but I'll be tough. I'll be really tough. I'll make you cry.
You need discipline. You need discipline to achieve any goal, whether it's health goal or any goal in life.
I want to congratulate you on actually doing what you're doing, because this is important that you reach out to people, and I hope there are many more like you. And
Thank you.
Me probably, who you interview people like me, will probably reach out with the right message.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priti.
Yeah,
thank you.